afternoon, everyone. How you doing? Thank you for joining us for another episode of Expressed Opinions with Lynn Roberts. I am your girl, Lynn Roberts.
I'm that girl, DC.
And I'm that guy, Trey.
And how is everybody doing? Yo, how your week
I'm
been?
doing good. It's been a long day, but I'm good.
Man,
It's been a really long week.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
A week. It's only one day.
The week that just left. Don't do that.
Okay.
I ain't gonna
Where
tell you
I'm
what.
just coming from.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what happened to me.
What happened to you?
My day was going very well until I got ready to get in the core
And
to
what
come
happened?
home.
What happened?
I heard a rip.
A real.
A rip.
Weird.
Like,
Got a rip.
like something tearing
What tore?
my pants, and it went all the way across.
Across
yeah.
what?
Yeah, all the way across the back of my ass.
Dance too much.
Oh, shut up. And
That was my jam back in the day.
What?
That was my song, man.
man,
Okay.
and I was told I had to go.
Was your butt hanging out?
Yes,
Literally.
yes, literally.
I wish I was
I mean, it was literally showing, and I said, Lord have mercy. I'm so glad I'm in the car. I had to stop by the office, but I was like, no, I gotta go straight home. Thank God I can pull a car in the garage and nobody can see me with my ass hanging out.
Make him in the lingerie. Make him some booty shorts.
Girl, no, because it's not gonna work. But anywho, so let me ask y'all something. Have you ever had a heartbreak so bad that you thought that?
How does someone say you just want that curl up like
Yeah,
that?
cause I love you. So today we're gonna talk about heartbreak, heartache, and heartbreak.
Heartbreak.
Yes, like the Heartbreak Hotel.
Are we talking about the recovery process? Or the
All
actual
of it. We gonna talk about all of it from the beginning to the end, like when it started, during it, when you thought you was having heart palpitations, to it was like, oh damn, I got a phone call from them. Oh well. So yeah, we gonna do the whole gambit.
All right.
So how you feel about it?
Hey, I've had my share.
I'm sure. What about you, Trey? Have you ever broken someone's heart?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure I have.
Wow.
I mean,
You sure you have? You mean tell me you have broken that mean you don't even know?
no, I'm saying I'm sure I have broken hearts because I'm the guy.
Okay.
So your heart isn't even broken?
No, that wasn't the question.
I'm asking you that question though.
Okay, let me finish the first question.
Okay.
I'm glad to answer that question.
Okay.
Oh God.
So I'm sure that I have broken some hearts. Because I believe a lady's heart would crumble a little quicker than a guy. We try to thug it out a little bit. But it does hurt when it happens to us. No, matter of fact, let me take all of that back. I rescind my statement. I recant. Whatever. Listen, let me go to your question. Yes, my heart has been broken. And when it was broken, I was done. Oh my gosh, I was so devastated.
What happened?
How could you do this to me?
You know what? Like honestly, what is it like for a man
I'm
to
telling you,
experience
that's
a broken
why-
heart? What do y'all go through?
That's why I take everything back. That's why I take everything back. Because for a guy, man, once we give our all to you, once I done did all of that disgusting stuff to you, and oh man, all of that. Once
you what?
Once I poured my heart,
Your heart.
My
You poured
whole
your heart.
It's on the left side.
I'm pouring it from here. It's over here. So
It don't overflow to the right guy.
no, it's my heart right there. Stop. So, that thing hurt, man.
What disgusting stuff did you do that you couldn't take back? I know.
I'm a gentleman.
Look, if people
Don't do this. I'm a gentleman.
And people in YouTube land know too.
I can be disgusting.
Oh gosh.
I can definitely be disgusting, but with that person.
Right.
Okay, how
Once
long were
you-
you two together?
10 years.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's a heartbreak.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
That's a heartbreak.
Oh man, still to this day.
So
That thing still hurt. I'm still a little sour.
So they initiated the breakup, or it wasn't mutual? Apparently, if your heart was broken. But then again, you can have mutual breakups.
Well, again, like for a guy, it don't matter who initiated the breakup. Once the breakup began, if she wants to leave, let me rephrase that. If she wants to leave and the guy wasn't ready for that, he wasn't prepared.
Okay.
Holy crap, she's for real. She was already unhappy for about 3 to 6 months. I knew she was unhappy. Well, most guys, I'm not just saying me, most guys already know she's unhappy. And then she dropped that ass.
Does it hurt because you felt like she was just saying she was gonna do it, but she wasn't really gonna do it, and then she do it?
As the guy, you feel like she ain't going nowhere. We'd have been together forever. Where's she going? That's me. Why done stamp that? What you mean? No.
And then the shock of it all. But you get warning signs, I believe.
6 months.
You get warning signs. If you sit down and you talk to your partner and you let them know that you're unhappy, and then it's like they're okay, or they try to fix things for like 2 weeks or a month, and then it's right back to the way things were.
I think some of the warning signs are the who, what, when, where, and why. When she stopped asking or showing concern, it's time for you to be concerned.
I saw all that. I saw all those signs. I was like, oh, she don't even give a damn.
Where you going? And listen, I don't mean that to be like
nagging,
controlling, but usually, well, baby, where you been? What you doing? How you doing? When she stop asking those questions, fellas, get concerned. Because if she's not asking, she no longer cares. And when she no longer cares, she is fixing her nest to move on. Yes.
Oh, no, she done moved on. She worked out my little buddy doing that. She ain't
our business out like that.
I will.
I put our business out like that.
I will. That's true though. But I mean, because you could see the man or your ex or about to be ex. You can walk up on him with another woman. But booty ass nigga. Be like, hey, how y'all doing? All right, y'all carry on. Have fun now.
Running over with.
Oh yeah, but I'm just saying, you know the feeling is gone when something like that happens. All right, y'all be good. Watch the sheets.
What was your first? Okay. Nigga. So then, what was your heartbreak like? Your first one or that one?
Oh God. Let's see here. I'm old, so I gotta think back.
Old is that? I mean,
my memory bad right about now. Yeah, I done had a couple.
Well, tell us about one.
I can't remember.
That affect you? Is it the wound that deep?
I don't know.
It might dread.
No, but I think what happened was I know I had one really bad one when I was in high school.
Remember that heartbreak.
That first one was when it was in high school.
Okay.
But I found out, he was a hoe. So
what was it like?
It was girl. I think I sat there, I ain't gonna lie, I sat there, I cried like a freaking baby. I'm not gonna lie. I straight cried like a freaking baby. But revenge is so sweet. Oh, and it is a dish best served cold. Trust and believe when I tell you that. Cause it was like when he came back, he tried to, you know how they do. They mess up, then they want to come back and say I'm sorry, right? Now, mind you, I was in high school. And we was in this program called Upward Bound.
Okay, I know.
And yeah, so he had already bridged out of Upward Bound, and he came back and stuff. So he gonna try to come back, and because he's trying to talk to me, I told him, I said, no, I need like a long letter explaining to me.
You been around a lot.
Yeah.
Who does that?
I said, yeah. I said, if you serious, I need a letter.
An apology letter?
Yeah.
Or what
Yep. An apology letter.
So when he wrote the letter, did he have to put when he would and would not do it?
Actually, because when he wrote it, I didn't even bother to read it. I tore it up.
Was you reading the letter?
No, bro. Like, okay, so this is who are these dudes? And how? Listen, sis, listen.
Huh? But I'm saying that was back in high school. I was hurt.
You brought this story to our attention.
I was hurt. I'm just saying. I was hurting.
other side of the thing. That shit meant it right.
No,
And you better
I'm
have
just
good
saying.
punctuation.
I'm
too.
just saying, hurt people. He hurted me.
Sentence structure.
Oh, that is a pet peeve now. That is, I'm just saying, that is kind of
Okay, go ahead, finish your story about this.
But no, I tore it up. I said, look, I'm done.
He wrote it, and then you turned around and tore it
I
up.
was like, I'm
You
done.
didn't hear her say that? Oh, man.
Did you read it? And did you tell him in front of him?
No, she didn't read
I
it.
didn't read that.
Did you tell him in front of him? Did you like do it after he gave it to you and walked off?
I tore it up there. I was like,
In front of him?
Yeah.
So when he handed it to you, after you told him to write this letter, you tore it up in front of him.
Man, I'm good.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Can we
I
have
mean,
a moment of
so,
silence?
But now I have a question. How is this? Is this the breakup or is this the heartache?
That was the heartache part of the breakup. You know, because like the breakup came like out of nowhere because, you know, like I said, I found out you doing this one, and
Who
this one.
initiated the breakup?
I think I initiated the breakup at that point. But then, cause like he was already bridging out, cause he was like a grade or two above me. We were double bound, and he was moving on. He was going to college and stuff. So you going to college, ain't no thing. So
you know what? I think somebody got in his ear and told him, "Look, you going off to college. You're not gonna need a girlfriend. You might
Probably
go ahead and start." Like,
you know, but I will tell you, that's like, what is so funny, Trey?
I'm not reading this, Steven. Get your ass out of here. I'm sick of
Did
this
you throw
shit.
that confetti? Oh my goodness!
I'm sick of your shit.
Pretty much.
No, the worst thing he could do now is pick up a piece of paper, man. Pick this up.
Why you doing this all the time, man?
Ain't nobody look.
Why you always?
But I'm always like, okay, let me ask you this. Because like I said, he was trying to come back. Have you ever had a breakup and then y'all ended up getting back together?
Okay. Now, I remember my first heartache because I didn't even know what being in love was.
Mm-hmm. That thing is
And
like
when
crap.
I found out I was in love,
Mm-hmm.
I was in high school,
Mm-hmm.
and the guy, he ended up leaving.
Mhm.
Right? He was in the military. He ended up leaving, and well, he didn't leave. He was stationed somewhere else for like 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And so he like told me, and then he was basically deployed to.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, I couldn't sleep. I
Okay.
couldn't eat.
Mm-hmm.
I cried like a baby, and I didn't know what was wrong with me. My mama said, "Girl, you just in love."
Mm-hmm.
The heck is that? Like, I really did not realize what it was. And then when she told me, I was like, "What?" I'm talking about literally. I wasn't sleeping, eating. He was gone, and I was just like discombobulated. My life was upside down. So then, when we did get back together, we broke up, and it wasn't a good breakup at all. And my heart was so crushed. When I say crushed, I prayed that I didn't see him until God said I was able to see him, because I didn't know what I was doing.
She needed some Gorilla Glue to put that heart back together.
I'm saying, but you know what? I can say this, that I learned a lot of lessons.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of lessons. One is communication. That's when I say communication was key, because I had pride, and I was the person that showed the affection, and he was the verbal. So he wanted to hear, but my actions is what I felt.
His love language was
verbal. Right. Mine was action. So I did everything I felt, I should do for a person that I was in love with. But because I never verbalized it, he felt like I was there, but I wasn't in love like I was. So let me tell you what happened.
Uh-oh.
So
hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah. Let me tell you how I found out some stuff. He had a friend, and he was writing his friend. He was a guy on his homeboys. His homeboys brought me the letters.
Oh.
Instead of giving me the address, just writing out, he gave me all the letters. And I read everything that was going on. I think I must have wrote a 10-page letter.
I'm writing you a 10-page
Oh, exactly. But you know what's funny? He called me, and we talked, and we shared some emotions on the telephone. And when he did come back, we did get back together. We did get back together. And then I got my heart broken again.
Oh.
Be very careful.
See, that's no
Of
backsies.
females.
No backsies. Sorry, I don't do backsies.
Yeah, but you know, I grew some and I learned it. So
I think you learn with every relationship.
Yeah.
You learn.
Right.
But at least that's what you should do.
Communication is something.
Mm-hmm.
Trust is a big thing.
Can I say one thing?
What?
I do like your story about both of y'all went to high school. Right? Went to a high school story, but for what you were saying as far as communication, I definitely think you didn't know how to communicate.
Yeah, at that time,
At that age, you didn't know how to communicate. And as we grow in different relationships with different people, we do learn how to manage relationships better if you're trying to learn from a previous relationship. True. You know what I'm saying? So even though you went through that, I think you know now that you have to communicate completely with the person that you're rocking with. So communication is key, and I definitely learned that from that relationship I was talking about, how to communicate. Yeah. And I have another question. If it's a more recent heartbreak, I would like to know about a more recent heartbreak. How do you get over your heartbreak?
Well,
I would like to know about a more recent.
Okay, more recent one. You know, it was a back and forth thing. You know, you hurt me, so I'm gonna do something to hurt you. And what's crazy is that my mom told me, when you get tired, when you really tired, is when you'll walk away.
Yep.
And we had ups and downs. We had trust issues, and I literally prayed, cried fast. But you know what? I had to find myself again, because in that person became so much of me that parts of me I kind of pushed to the side. And I think, well, I know now I can't lose DC again. I have to always know who DC, who I am, and what I can do is he can have himself, I can have myself, and then we can be together. When we come together, we should be stronger. So it's certain things that what I say I've learned is that you can be with your friends and not be worried. If I have to worry like that, then I'm it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen for me. But I want you to be comfortable enough to say, hey, DC, this is, I'm an open book. So I want us to be best friends. That's something that I do want. I want us to be best friends. I want us to be able to communicate. And I want him to be able to be vulnerable with me.
Exactly.
Listen, when it come in my ear, it does not come out my mouth.
Exactly.
So if he can be, and that's something that, and I'm gonna tell you something else I did. Verbally, my mouth was off the chain.
It still is.
But I learned, but you know what? And I learned that I cannot do that.
Yeah.
And I apologize, because there was some things that I said that if he was my guy, should not have came out of my mouth.
Oh yeah.
And I said it out of anger.
Yeah, you
and
cut
out
deep.
of pain. And so, because I wanted him to feel what I was feeling, and I didn't know how to do that.
Yeah.
And because what I was doing wasn't getting, what I was saying was, okay, I bet you if I jug this in your side, you're going to feel it. But at the same time, when you stab at a man's manhood, and you're supposed to be that chick, it's a problem.
Yeah.
So
it is. That's look.
High five. I like that.
Yeah.
At least you know. At least you know.
Yeah.
At least you know.
But that goes back to what I was saying. With every relationship, it takes growth. Cause I'm gonna tell you, I was in a relationship, and the thing that used to irk the living daylights out of me was you acting just like my ex. My ex used to do that. And see, one thing I have never done and never will do is bring past relationships into a present relationship. And that was said to me so much till, I had you
started acting like ex for real.
The Miss Peaches came out. I'm just gonna say Miss Peaches came out, and after Miss Peaches came out, that never happened again. You know, because I'm like, look, I ain't gonna say exactly what I said, but I made sure my point got across that there are plenty things that you have done that I could say you remind me of this person or you remind me of that person, but I have never done that to you. I've never disrespected you in that way. And therefore, I do not expect for you to disrespect me in that way. Because I ain't your goddamn ex. Excuse me. I'm sorry. My bad. Got a little carried away.
I haven't had that.
Hold on. Whew, okay, I'm sorry.
Because I would have nipped it in the bud though. First time.
That's what I'm saying. But you know, you try to, okay, slip a tongue, okay. But then after it happened, a couple more times, no, player, this ain't what you want.
But you know what, let me tell you, you know what I've learned through breakups? When you start reflecting back, you see all kind of things that you give way to when you get to know a person. That's not happening. You know, like, if he said that to you and y'all get to know each other, you remember Max, that would have been it.
No, we were more than getting to know each other at that point.
But who she dealing with?
I promise you, that's what the question is. What kind of dudes, what that thing say? What kind of dudes you date? Who says,
yeah,
I don't understand, and if I don't understand how this person get past, I don't see how you get past first base.
You know
this conversation,
the representative.
this dude exists, right? This one? That dude. What kind of dude you did?
Yeah, that one right there. That was the dude with the ex. You remind me of the ex.
Right. So he does exist.
He most certainly exists.
He's on this planet.
Oh, he most certainly is.
There's a few of them that walk around, but the thing about these dudes, they have a ridiculous conversation off the rip. Like they dumb early.
Well, hold up now, cause
no, can't say that. Can't say that was the case.
How he got dumb hit in?
He showed the representative real good. When the actual person showed up, you in love. Yeah. So when you in love, then everything gets compromised.
I don't get it.
Yes, you do. Cause look, don't sit up here and tell me you have never been in love or in a relationship with someone and you're so into them and you know they got red flags, but you wave those red flags.
But we're talking about a person who would bring up their ex in a discussion with you. Like, that doesn't even, I don't even want you to be mad at me, first of all. Like, we don't want to be angry. But in order to make you more angry, I'm going to talk about my ex.
Yeah,
I try to wonder then, like, how long did the relationship last after he brought up his ex? How does the ex have kids by this person? Do they have kids together? And I don't know. I just don't get it. Maybe I'm just a different type of man.
No, but but in all honesty, you have ones that, and I think those ones that always talking about the ex still has maybe some unresolved issues concerning that ex. And so everything, or they've been hurt by the ex and anything reminds them of that ex, they tend to toss it. Now, granted, I haven't been in that situation. However, if that was told to me, it would get nipped in the bud real quick. Because what you're not going to do is accuse me or say something because like I said, my tongue.
Like I said, when I went off, never heard it again, ever.
Well, see, that should have been.
Well, I know.
With hindsight,
yeah.
You can't.
But like I said, when I did go off, you know, because you know how sometimes it takes a minute for stuff to build up in you. But when it finally builds up and you go off, that man, look.
But see, you know what else I've learned? This is something that I'm like, I try to treat everybody, not just my relationship, but my relationship taught me when I have an issue, I'm not dredging it on for, I'm not holding it for 3 weeks and come to you 3 weeks later and say, hey, X, Y, Z, and then you've already did it 4 more times and I come to you and I blow up. If you did it the first time, I'm gonna let you know the first time.
That's the lesson I learned in that relationship. Because I told you, each relationship you learn, you learn your lesson, and that's what I learned in that relationship. No, I'm not holding anything in. If you do something that I do not particularly care for, you're gonna know right then and there.
So when you communicate that, are you doing it like aggressively, or you
No,
asking them why they did?
We have a conversation.
Okay.
Look, that happened that way because, like I said, at that point, you know, I was fed up at that point, so it came out like that. Now it's different. It's like, look, you know, I think we need to have a conversation about, you know, some things.
Trey, what's your communication skills like in your relationships now?
I can tell you what, there is no arguing. There is no cussing at me.
Mm-hmm.
There is no putting me down and to belittle me.
Mm-hmm.
There's none of that shit, period. Like,
what happens?
Like, I'm going to let you know up front, I don't argue with you.
Mm-hmm.
The relationship don't start without you not understanding I'm not going to argue with you.
Cool.
If there's a disagreement, we got a disagreement. And let that be a disagreement. But as soon as you get loud or more especially if you keep repeating shit to me over and over again that we've tried to solve, now I'm about to start laughing at you in your face.
Oh, but she about to get hot.
I don't give a fuck. Excuse my language, I'm sorry. I don't care how hot you get at this point because I'm telling you I don't argue. I'm telling you that you're right and or whatever. I'm on solutions. I don't like problems.
Exactly.
And that's a motto of mine. Like, I don't like
And
problems.
see, at my age
solutions.
now, that's the way I am. Look, I ain't got time to argue with you. We can agree to disagree and move on.
I don't want to leave you, but if you are unhappy, then you unhappy. I'm good.
So do you tell her to leave if she unhappy, or you just
I
walk
don't
away
tell
and stop?
nobody. I don't tell nobody to leave.
Oh, you get on their nerve enough that they just leave.
So for one, if I'm dating somebody, I'm in my own spot. I do me. So there's no separation like that. Like if it's a separation, you already in your own space. I'm in my own space.
Which brings up another subject.
I haven't been married or in a relationship where I've been living with somebody like that.
With shacking or living together and breaking up. Have you ever? Well, you've been married. I've been married. You haven't been, but have you ever lived with someone?
Yes, I did. I did. Well, I would say kind of twice because they did stay with us, but that's a different story. But anyway, I did live on my own with someone, and I'm gonna tell you, I look. He had breakfast. He had dinner. He would go to if he went to work at 3:00. He had his meal was done when he got home. It was done, and then it got to the point where I would take some of his work buddies some food. He told me to stop.
Yeah, what you think you're doing? You better calm your ass down. I appreciate you at all, but hey.
But you know what happened was he was like, oh yeah, you can shit, yeah. He was okay with it, and then I don't know what happened, but I know the last time I did it, he was like, the rain that does something. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, they checking you
Now I did that for my husband when I was married. When he came home from work, if I got home from work first, if dinner wasn't ready already, it was almost ready. And I had his clothes laid out on the bed. So when he came home, all he had to do was take a shower and put on his clothes. And by the time he finished his shower, all he had to do was sit down and eat.
Now, you know what? I'm going to tell you this, and this is something true. In doing so, the guy has to make you feel somewhat secure enough to want to do all of that.
Exactly. So, what did you say? When you put your damn phone down, you in the middle of it, and she gonna stop because of the damn phone.
I was done. That was my statement. I mean, the guy has to, it's a certain level of desire that makes you want to do it. Yeah. So, I mean, Trey, have you ever stepped up?
After a while, I stopped wanting to do it, so.
Or you want to do it and then you did it and it wasn't appreciative of it, so you stopped doing it.
They took it for granted.
Y'all done did it and doing it. I don't even know what you did and done.
Doing extra stuff.
Extra stuff, yeah.
Don't do that. I don't need you to do nothing extra for me. Stop trying to be sweet. Chill out.
Wow.
Just look.
That's because maybe that's their nature. That's what they do. I mean, because a lot of times you do it not expecting anything in return. I don't do that for everybody.
Right. You head over heels, right?
Okay.
You trying to bring me something to eat. I'm hungry at work or whatever. We done been texting. I'm hungry. You free. You bring me something to eat. That's sweet. Now you go make a pan of brownies and you bringing them up there to the job and trying to be nice like that. That's cool. I like it, but you ain't got to do all that. Like, chill, stop.
Okay.
So what would you want? How would you want?
Just make sure we good at the house. Make sure we good home. I don't need you to go above and beyond outside of that. No.
Well, in doing so, I didn't go above and beyond. Like I said, he asked me in the beginning, and then it was just like, okay, well, I brought, and so then that way he just like stop. So I was like, okay, I stopped. It wasn't an issue. I just left it at home. He said, I eat when I get home, and that's all.
I'm just saying to women in general, you know what I'm saying? If you think going that far for your guy in order to make him happy is making him happy, it's really not. He's just accepting it and putting a smile on his face. Like that's really what's going on. Tell you the truth. It's cool.
Now this one, you talked the one that. Now this one I was living with. Now let me tell you.
Yeah, like I said, that was
in his defense. Listen, if I said my toe hurt and I have to go to the doctor and we didn't have to wait, that joker would doggone find a way. If it was 6 miles and he had to walk to go get a ride to come back, like he was that kind of guy.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like I was going out of my way. I treated him like
she was showing her appreciation for him.
It's ways of showing your appreciation.
Like what? Tell us.
I don't know. I'm just talking about the examples y'all gave. And if ladies think that once you head over heels, you got to do all this extra for us, you don't. Like, at least for me. Let me stop trying to speak for all dudes. Some dudes want to be pampered extra. I don't need that.
So what do you
need?
I don't want nothing from you. I don't really need nothing from you.
Conversation and sex?
I want a little sex. You know what I'm saying?
I love sex.
Just a little.
At this age, I don't need to be busting all the time. I'm good on all that.
You just want to chill.
I want to chill, and I want chill sex.
Chill.
I don't want no rough Tarzan sex. I'm out. Don't jump your ass on me. Don't you get your ass on me acting crazy. No ma'am. Get off of me.
Now hold on. So you like older women, right?
I do.
So
They lazy.
Well, how much older you dealing with?
Yeah.
I deal with older women that's older.
What's older?
I'm young.
I know, but what's older? Like
I
40,
told
50?
y'all, we done talked about this. Y'all don't pay me no attention.
We do, but no. You said you dealt with older women. That was the
right.
We didn't say like she was 45.
No,
I mean, well, 50.
We specifically said
10 years.
I need a promotion. I'm paying attention. I said I may date somebody 10 years older than me, but I probably won't go more than 5 years younger than me.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so 10 years older. Her drive,
yes.
be there?
Her drive might be there, but it ain't.
Maybe that ain't all the time.
Her old ass ain't doing nothing.
Oh, wow.
No, she
well, who picking the women that's doing
well,
that?
let me pick her lazy ass. I'm good. She 50 and lazy.
Okay, then you heard it here. Trey like 50 and lazy.
Yes.
So if you 50 and lazy, that's your guy.
That's your guy right there. That's crazy.
So I have a question.
I ain't asked for y'all.
And you don't like to argue.
No. We ain't arguing. Go down to your homegirl house and tell her what's wrong. You better go to Odyssey. You better go to Tybee and take one of your old school books. You better do something different. I ain't arguing with you.
Lord have mercy. So back to the question that I originally asked about going. You said you went back.
Yeah.
Regrettably. Because you got your heart broken when you went back. Is that correct?
I did get my heart broken the second time.
So have you ever gone back, been in a relationship, the relationship dissolved, and then you went back?
I went back and it dissolved again. Yes.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
Because I was in love. I want that to work. I want this to work. And we broke up. Then I knew what I was missing. I was like, oh, Lord. These streets ain't. These streets is trash.
If I gotta deal with this,
If I gotta do this every night,
Baby, I'm coming home. I want to come home.
I used to tell my homeboy, I used to say, man, I swear if she calls me back, I'm going to tell my car up trying to get around there. Man, yeah.
But I have never gone back. My grandmother told my husband, my then husband, she told him, she was like, look, let me tell you something about that one right there. When she done with you, she done with you. There ain't nothing you can do, nothing you can say. She done. And that's what I was. I was when
You're already predetermined.
You know what? I'm just saying.
I can't do it. I don't know why.
I think too, when you haven't done everything like you were supposed to, or you did somewhat like what that person did, maybe in a different fashion, then when you break up, it may not be like
I think
because you start thinking stuff. Well, you know, I did, you know, and well, he did this and I didn't do this. So maybe if we got back together and we did that, then because the second time we broke up was totally different. It was not like the first one. It was like totally different. It was for a different.
I can't, because to me, once we break up, for me the attraction is no longer there. I mean, we can be cool as friends, and trust. I'm cool.
Did you do all the breaking up?
With some of them, yeah.
No, the ones where your heart was broken. Did you do the breaking up? Women, we know when our heart get broken, so you can't remember.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, they broke up with me. But the thing about it was, they came back. You broke up with me.
So they gave you time to get over them before they tried to come back.
And then you're going to try to come back. And it's like, yeah, I'm good. No.
So they gave you time to get over them. Because if it's a fresh wound and they come back.
Right. That's what I'm trying to figure
A
out.
lot of times we tend to like.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I really do. And I think I did do that at I think I did that one time.
So you did go back.
One time. And yeah, that was a mistake. And it was like, nah, we can't do this. We good.
So I have a question. So how many, are y'all friends with any of your exes?
Yeah.
Do you have any exes that like you just can't stand?
Yeah.
Well, actually, my exes and I are cool.
Yeah, I have a lot of them that I'm really cool with. I have a couple of them that keep trying to get back to this day. But I have a guy from high school. I've been out of high school God knows how long, and he's still to this day trying to. I'm like, no, we good. It's been over 30 years, player.
Okay,
Let it go.
So I'm gonna flip the script now.
Okay.
So we talked about our heart getting broken. The hearts that you broke, how did those people react to you in the word? They trying to like come back and like win you back? Like if you broke their heart, did they just walk away or were they like really trying to come back?
To be honest, I didn't even know I broke their heart until later on, and that's what they told me.
Dang, you just didn't care.
No, it's not that I didn't care.
You know if somebody care about you or not.
No, I'm saying because I didn't know they were sitting up there talking about you broke my heart. I'm like, how the hell I break your heart?
Was y'all in a relationship?
I didn't think so.
What was y'all doing?
I don't know. I can't remember.
You know what?
Ooh.
I just want
That's
to
some
go.
good wine.
I just want to go on the record and say to all of the ladies that I may have dated, thank you.
What are you thinking them for?
What?
Listen, y'all dope.
If you had to deal with somebody like Glenn,
Hamburger.
you got to
Wait a minute, hold
On
on.
the other side of the state,
You got to write love letters.
Man, what?
Okay, that was back then. I have grown. I've grown. I have growth now. Okay.
Every guy heart that I've broken, which I can honestly say really haven't been many, let me know that I did. And it was one of those things where we did talk, but it just didn't take off. And I was trying, but I just okay, it's not working for me. And it ended.
But I will say I did have one that told me I broke his heart, but he was the one that was messing up. So if you're the one that was messing up, how did I break your heart?
Because he felt like he was going to be there.
He
and
felt
then,
like
yeah.
you broke his heart. That's how he felt.
Okay, well he was breaking something else. If he wouldn't have been breaking what he was breaking, then his heart would have got broke by me.
Do you truly? A good question. Mm-hmm. Do you truly believe that men are supposed to be faithful to one woman? Because when I hear you say you was out here doing this, that, and the third, is there ever some understanding as to why he may have gone out and dated or dealt with another woman? Is he
the opportunity was there?
If the opportunity there, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like hitting the lottery. Oh snap! Mm-hmm. I wasn't even really fishing, and I caught something on the line, right? Even though I have someone in my life, am I going to turn this down because I got the window. The window is open. I'm going to deal with it. And then I'm going to go back home to the person that I love. I don't love this person because I'm able to just do it. Is there...
But see, the thing about that is, if the tables were turned...
No, that's not. Don't do that. I'm asking you.
I understand what you're saying. I get it.
If you understand it, why are you telling me about a table?
But I'm just saying.
There was no table in my conversation.
I put one there. And a chair.
Well, see, we can't communicate.
But
you just did it.
What?
That's a relationship conversation right there.
Like, okay.
If a person if someone is talking to you about something in your relationship, whatever relationship you're having, and every time they speak to you, you flip it into what you want to talk about, that's not fair to the person that's trying to communicate with you.
But in a relationship, when a conversation, I don't do that.
Turn. I didn't say anything about a turn or a take.
To answer your question, Trey, yes. Okay, so, and I've talked to guys about this countless times, but is it accepting by a woman? No. Because I've been told that a man can be in love with a woman and still be with another woman that has nothing to do with affection.
And have no feelings, yeah.
You know, it's physical. It's all physical, and that's it. And it doesn't compromise. But emotionally and mentally, for us, no. I mean, we don't want to say, okay, well, I have a man. I know he's going to sleep around with somebody else, and I have to prepare myself for this because we're in a relationship and be okay with it. We're not going to tell ourselves that. I mean, some women may do it, but I mean, emotionally and mentally, that is like warfare within our own self. So we're not going to say, okay. You understand what I'm saying? I get what you're saying. Logically, okay, yeah, it's a possibility that your man is very well going to cheat.
Right.
I get that.
Right.
But to admit to myself, oh, well, yeah, he's a man and he going, I'm not doing it.
Men will be men or boys will be boys. No, we're not doing it.
And I think, and another thing, well, he's a man, so it's going to happen. Is that something that's programmed into a man? It's just his true nature that he's going to do it. Because what happens to those guys that get with a woman and don't?
Exactly. And that's the point I was going to bring up. You do have the guys out there that won't.
Go. What's your question?
The question I asked is, do you ever try to grasp the understanding of the person that you're with, and if they cheated and stepped out on you? Did he step out and created a relationship with somebody else, or did he step out, had a good time, and got caught? Because he can be doing it and you don't even know it, because he doesn't have any emotional attachment to it. So just like you could be doing something, I have no idea of it, and you're just as content.
Both happen. One, I mean, well, in the instance, I was always told that, I was the one that, they were in love with. But your job is to protect my heart. This is how I feel. Your job is to protect my heart. So if you do it, you better go to Timbuktu and do it. And, I don't find out about it. But when it comes to your doorstep, that's where the problem comes in. Because you did it and you didn't protect my heart.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
So I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
And when you do it, when you do it one time and you get away with it, then I think that is okay. I can try it again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And we do fail in that matter. We do fail because we may have gotten caught.
Mm-hmm.
You let it slide. You're not happy, but you let it slide to keep the relationship going, and then we go back out there and we do it again. Now, as we were conversing earlier, and we said something about learning from previous relationships, there you have it. Like, okay, I did that when I was younger. Now, if I'm in a relationship with somebody, I'm not so eager to accept the offer. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna think twice about the offer that's being presented to me. I guess versus the relationship that I'm having. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I get it. I'm not trying to make any excuses for the men. I just wanted to ask that question and put it out there, not to, I don't think men need to be cheating on women. I don't believe that at all. I think that we need to find a good queen. And we need to lift that queen up. Yes. I do believe in this.
Well, you want to amen?
Look, Pastor Trey.
You want to amen? Now, Trey, let me tell you this. In doing that, let me tell you what happened to me. I sat down with a coworker of mine, right? And she pulled my card. And how she pulled my card was, she asked me, y'all having kids together? Y'all live together? No. Y'all got a house together? No. Don't want to get mad at her. She know and her point was, if he did it and you took him back, that means you forgave him for it. So when you forgive him, guess what? It's dead in the water. So you have to accept that person knowing what their faults are and be okay with it. If he do it again, guess what? You take him back.
Yeah, he gonna continue to do
it. You forgive him because that was nothing making me stay but me. If I wanted more for me, then I had to do something about it. It was not my job to tell him to change to be what DC wanted him to be.
He got to change because
he wanted to do things as a single person, then that means I need to find a person who don't want to be single.
Exactly.
So it's not my job to tell you to change. It's my job to change my behavior.
Exactly.
And so little by little, that's what I started doing. So I had to change and say, well, this is what I deserve, this is what I desire, and this is what I'm going to have. And so in doing that, I couldn't hold him. I couldn't say, oh, well, I want you to do this, I need you. Nah. Because the day you feel like you don't want to compromise mine, you won't do it.
A man is not going to change for a woman unless he wants to.
Exactly.
So you can't sit up here and force a man to change. He's not going to do it. Not unless that's what he has on his heart to do.
What do you think about that?
What you think about that?
I like the way you said it, but I don't know why I just like to be different. You said it right. A man is not going to change unless he wants to.
He wants to.
A man is not going to change for a woman
unless he wants to. Unless he cares enough for that woman to not want to lose her.
Right.
If she means enough to him that he does not want to lose her, then he'll change. If that's not who he wants or who he sees himself with down the road, then he's not going to change.
You're right.
And then it's up to that woman to decide at that point whether or not she's going to stay there for that.
Or change course.
Or change course. I mean, like, I don't know.
I think you know what I'm saying.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No.
Go ahead, DC. So I was just going to bring up I was just thinking about my parents and my grandparents. So we talking about relationships that was taking place in the one relationship was in the 70s and another relationship had to take place in the 40s and 50s. Like my granddad, he kept he had a whole nother family. You know what I'm saying? And even though my grandmother wasn't happy with all of his decisions, she made sure the business of that family was still taken care of. Whereas it wasn't, even if it was, I didn't hear it, but there was no trying to beat my granddad across the head for his
indiscretions.
His indiscretions, right? So he had other kids over here, and he had a young child over there.
Mm-hmm.
And those kids still grew up together, right?
Mm.
And it just wasn't no beef. I didn't see any beef. And they stayed around the corner from each other. They ain't live in the same house after a while, but they stayed right around the corner from each other in the same neighborhood. Then my dad and my mom, they were in a relationship. My dad had somebody else across town, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And my mom knew about it. She left him before, and they came back together. Well, of course, kids are involved, so they came back together. Once they came back together, he was still being him. Regardless, he was still being him.
Mm-hmm.
You forgave him, Mom, but that guy's still being him.
Mm-hmm.
And even though he loves you, he loved her unconditional. You know what I'm saying? But he was out there doing his own thing. Mm-hmm. Does that stop a man from his love of the mother of that child, or the relationship that he knows is supposed to be solid? Mm-hmm. So I'm just thinking about my past and the people that I had to watch, and I got uncles and aunties and so forth who done went through it, and they still here together.
But
today.
you gotta look at the days and times back then. You know, that was normal for that to take place. Because
what's the difference?
No, what I'm saying is,
You know what's the difference? Let me answer that.
Women are
No, the difference is those same women tell their daughters now, you ain't got to go through what I went through. You do better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And when that happens and it transcends through generations, now you got these independent women.
Exactly.
And my granddaddy and my daddy told me, bruh, you ain't gotta deal with this shit. You smart, son.
And
I'll never forget, my dad told me, boy, you know how to cook. You fold clothes just as good as your mama, boy. You can do everything in the house any woman could do for you. You gonna be all right. Don't let nobody stress you out. You know what I'm saying? And live on your own. Learn how to live for yourself.
That's fine. So let me ask you something.
So we're both being told the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what I'm just trying to say.
Yeah. Well, I was answering your question is, what was the difference between then and now? You know, we tell even the fathers who are out there doing those things, when it comes to their daughters, act like they don't. Like you out there doing things, but then when that dude come around and your daughter crying and whimpering and this dude got your daughter strung out, now you want to
go get the shotgun. You ready to kill somebody because they done hurt your daughter, but you out there doing the same thing.
But that's why women are because that father get in that daughter ear, listen, you ain't got to do this and you do this and you get your own and you do your So now women are like, okay, look, I don't listen. What I don't like hearing is I don't need a man. I don't like stand that. Right. I have my reasons for not liking it because I don't believe people was put on this earth to be by themselves.
Exactly.
So, and a man doesn't define who you are, but companion-wise, I think there's a completeness when two units come together.
Exactly.
So that's just my opinion. So, in saying that, you know, I think you need somebody to show you affection. You need somebody to say, baby, I got you. You need somebody to say it's gonna be okay. You
need somebody to scratch the middle of your back because you can't reach it. I'm just saying.
Watch your back.
Because you can't find your back scratcher. So
I'm saying.
You know, I'm just saying.
And that's I think you need that connection. So don't say you don't need.
So can I say something?
Well, sure.
I want to say something to YouTube land. In our live studio audience. So I did make the comment, and I want to apologize. I made the comment that I don't really need. I say that in a very broad term. Yeah. But I will say on a personal level, over the past 2 years, there has been 2 women in my life that has held me down to no, I take that back. 4 women in my life.
Well, damn.
No, I'm not dating these.
Okay, I got you.
I'm just saying women.
Yeah.
Hey.
Clarify.
Let me put some clarity out here, people. 4, we're talking about women. Women in my life that have held me down to the utmost. And I want to say to all of those queens in my life, I love you. You are beautiful. You are amazing. And you held this king up to continue the standard he rides. I thank you, ladies.
You is beautiful. You is smart.
So, Trey, what did you do to get over that heartbreak?
Oh, I thought it out.
Oh, you became the thought.
I was thought it out. A male thought.
So you believe in the way to get over one is to get another one.
Just go get another one. I was horrible.
I can't do that.
What I'm gonna do?
Well, hold up now. Let me tell you about it.
You can.
You do it whether you realize that's what you're doing or not. Because what do you think the what they call the person that you get with?
Rebound.
The rebound.
But see, I'm saying what I'm saying is, like, if I've been in a relationship, right, and then we break up, and say for instance that person hurt me, or just say it wasn't a good breakup or whatever, I just can't go like get with another person just like automatically. I have to give myself time to, like, I have to sit up here and just decompress and think about what just transpired,
but
and give myself time to heal. And I think that's another reason why when I say I don't take past relationships into present relationships, because I sit back and give myself time to heal. Because like I told you, remember when I told you I've been married twice. Now the first time I got married, I was really young. I had just turned 20 years old. So yeah. That right there was an experience. So after that marriage, I was married for like 5 years, right? So after that marriage, it took me 10 years. Not saying I wasn't seeing anyone within those 10 years, but as far as like a serious relationship.
They don't have to be serious.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I'm just putting it like that. I didn't take like trying to have a serious relationship until I got all of that, out of my system.
But that's still the same thing. You don't have to be serious. And 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get serious when you have a heartbreak because you're heartbroken.
Yeah.
So the person they are called fillers.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm going to say, a filler. Because what they do is they occupy your time, they take your mind off of things. And, as long as it's occupied, they take your mind off of things, then, hey, cool, whatever. You're not trying to have nothing serious. So they taking up space. And I don't mean to say that in a bad term.
Yeah.
But like when people break up, they do meet people and they go out, they want to have fun, but I ain't trying to have no relationship with you. That's a filler. Okay. Because I don't want to call it a filler. That do sound bad. But it's that person. It's just that person, to occupy that mental space. Because you did a refill.
I did a refill.
Okay. But I mean, I'm just saying that's just fact. That is fact. So when you break up, your mind is not looking to try your heart. Yeah. It's not looking to try and have feelings for anyone. Like I had to take time for myself. Like I said, I had to find myself again. And that's what was lost. But I won't lose it again.
I'm like Al Green. How can you mend a broken heart? Get a bottle of Ciroc. I forgot what you said.
Now, even though I was out there, just seeing who I could. When I went through that heartbreak, I did find somebody that I knew from back in the Gap. She still got me right now. Wow. So even that, I just fell head over heels again. Right, real quick, just because I saw an old friend I hadn't seen in a long time and conversation was great. I'm like, oh man, this is what I really needed right here. Not that situation, and because I'm trying to get over that situation, this fit right in. You know what I'm saying? It unlocked a door or something, right? And that person and I are still friends today, but it never turned into anything, even from like 10 years ago when we reconnected.
Okay, so
so I feel where you're coming from.
So now that we've moved past those, because everybody at the table is single. So now that we move past those breakups, like how is it affecting you right now? Right this minute, like right now, I'm to the point. I'm open. I'm ready. I'm ready for a relationship. It's not gonna be any relationship, but I'm open now. So the vulnerability is there. It's not may not be like on my sleeve.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you have to make me comfortable enough to say I could be vulnerable with you.
Exactly.
So, but you know.
I will say I'm open.
Okay.
I'm open to it right now. If something happens, then yeah. I'm not gonna sit up there and say, oh hell no. Let's see where it goes.
Trey?
What?
Where's your space? You still in your situation?
You said I'm ready, and I was.
We were talking about, are you ready, like for a relationship?
You're not listening to us.
I am listening.
You need to go stand in the corner. You need to time out.
They thought.
All
They
right.
thought thinking.
I like that one. Thought thinking over there. Oh man, we're gonna have to use that.
Okay, write that down.
Hand, bring that back. Stop thinking.
Okay.
Man, there's a T-shirt. Y'all better not make that damn T-shirt. I swear for Lord.
It's copyright.
Oh Lord, watch you gonna come in here next week with that T-shirt on.
Stop thinking. Hey, hold on now. What was the question again?
Are you open to
like,
a
where are you
relationship
at right now
now?
after your? You said you had situationships though.
Yeah, like I'm always in a relationship.
Okay.
I'm just single.
Okay.
See, it don't make sense to y'all do it.
Yeah, no, it actually does. No, actually it does. It does make sense.
And I'm gonna tell you why it's okay. Because you said you're honest with the parties that's involved. So as long as you're honest with them, hey, you could be single and be in situationships.
And I could be honest right here, and I know they're looking at me.
Exactly.
And I love you, boo.
Oh Lord.
Booze.
Yeah, okay. Booze.
No, it's one boo.
Okay.
When you look at it,
you talking to them.
Oh Lord. Okay. You know what? That's all the time we have for this week's broadcast. We want to thank you so much for listening and watching. And remember to click the like and subscribe. And don't be afraid to share. Tell your mama and them, tell your daddy and them, your sister, your cousin, your third cousin once removed on your granddad and uncle, sister, brother side. You can tell them. I mean, you can send up smoke signals however you want to let people know to check out Expressed Opinions with Lynn Roberts and the crew. So next week we're going to have another exciting show. Don't miss it. It's coming up. We're trying to grow and get better and better with each and every week. So we need your comments. Make sure you leave a comment. Good, bad, or otherwise. We'll like it or we won't. Pretty much how we do things around here. We tell it like it T.I. is. All right. So thank you for watching. And remember, I am your girl, Lynn Roberts.
I'm that girl, DC.
and I'm that guy, Trip.
Wow. Check this out. Always remember, everyone is entitled to their opinion. And never be afraid to express yours. We'll see you next time on Expressed Opinion. We out. Smooches.